Hey everyone, how's it going? So last night I got unsold on fixing my garage door and it's super, super stunk. And we need to make sure that we are not doing the same thing to create a disservice to our clients. This is it's actually a funny story. So Monday, Charlie came home, garage door didn't open. He pulled it open, whatever. And then not only were the springs broken, but Charlie ended up breaking one of the brackets that held the arm in. And so we called someone to come out. So now we're in this situation. We have a broken dishwasher for the past 4 weeks, which is awful. And then now our garage door is broken. And Charlie has an electronic car. So this is a big problem because he needs to be able to charge the car. So we have him come out and he's like, okay, see that spring broken and you need to fix the other spring too because they have to be equal. So I'll be 450, and then the bracket, I think I have it in the car, that'll be 150. And so I was like, okay. So I said to him, so is this the price that you give the wives? Their husbands aren't home when their husbands aren't home, or is this the actual price? And he smiled back. I was like, well, you can call the company. I said, well, I don't need to call the company. Just tell me. And he's like, no, that's the price. I was like, okay, cool, let's do it. So I said yes to all of it. So, but I think like he wanted to save me money. I had the check. I was ready, right, we were good to go. I approved the service, told Charlie it was gonna be $600. He does the springs. He says, I think maybe the bracket will hold. And I was like, okay. Well, it looks pretty bad. He's like, I think it's going to hold. We tested it once. He said it was going to hold. And he's like, this way you can save your money. And if it breaks, just give me a call and I'll come right back out. And I was like, are you sure it's going to hold? Well, I'm in appointments all day. Charlie works about an hour commute. We have a hound dog that wants to protect us from everybody. It's a whole thing if we're getting repairs done. And right, I have clients, I can't just leave calls. And so I was like, are you sure? He's like, I'm sure. Well, he leaves, the garage won't close. I call him, we FaceTime, and he says, oh, you need to flip it to manual. So I flipped it off the manual, and then I hit the button, and then boom, the bracket broke off. And I was like, well, it broke off. And so he's like, oh shoot, so I'm gonna have to come back. Well, the time he came back, right, I had to leave during a client, and it was like kind of a mess. And he was so nice. He was really, really nice and really wanted to save me money. But what he did instead is he unsold me. He said, here are the things you need to make your garage door as good as new. It'll be this and $600. I didn't even push back on the price. I just said, is that the real price? Or is that the one that's negotiable? He says, this is the real price. I said, okay, let's do it. I bought the things. And then he pulled one off in an effort to show goodwill. We ended up not getting the thing that we needed. I was ready to buy it. I was ready to pay for it. I didn't say, no, I don't want it. I didn't say, do you think we can make do? Money's tight. Didn't even give him a money objection. And he was like, well, let's see if we can do without it and save money. And then it broke. And then we had a little bit of a mess on our hands. And then he had to come back again today. And then we had to lock the dog up. I had to leave the client. Like, do you see all that happens? And so what the lesson is for us is we need to make sure that we don't unsell people. There's salesy behavior, right? Pushy, aggressive, etc. And then there's what I will call unselling behavior. And I think most people engage in more unselling behavior where there's a person who's interested and we take it off. Like we remove the offer from the table. It's not my job to convince the technician that he should fix it. If he says, I think you should wait and save your money, I'm not going to fight him about it, right? So we need to make sure that we don't do unselling behaviors. Unselling behaviors are things like, you can get this one later and it's fine if they haven't even said no. Asking for the order, like, what do you want to do? Or do you want to think about it? That's an unselling behavior. We need to ask a direct question. letting someone know at the beginning of the appointment, okay, I'm going to go over the things. You don't have to buy anything. We have to say, you don't have to buy anything, but if you see something you like, I'll help you order it. Are all these little unselling behaviors that signal our lack of confidence or maybe some of our people-pleasing nature. I want you guys to be encouraged to stand firm in your recommendations as experts on the product. Like, here are the things that could be really helpful. One of the things I learned in my early direct sales days was it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. And that is exactly how I felt last night when Charlie came home. I quoted the Cutco training manual that says, Charlie, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it, because we needed that bracket. And it was better to have a fixed bracket and to not need a fixed bracket than to have a broken bracket. And so I want you to think about making sure your customers and clients are prepared with the best service possible, with the best option, with the same option that you would want for your own family. If money wasn't an issue, and let them respond with, gosh, that's out of my budget. What can we do? I think that's a better way to go about it. So I hope that helps. If you caught yourself in that story and you're like, gosh, I might do some unselling behaviors, or my team might as well. I think what really helps is understanding the customer journey, the problems, and getting really clear on the offer. We cover all of this in our sales course, where we go over the exact wording for sales, retention, and recruiting. If you want more details on that, we're starting that group January 17th. So you can just write the word clarity and we'll get you all the details for what is entailed and see if it can be helpful to you. So let us know. And if this story resonated with you, also let me know in the comments. Have a great day, everyone.